What is up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today I want to talk about business models of 2021. I want to dig into some of the business models that I think will thrive going into the new year and some of the models that I think are potentially worth pursuing. Now, if you guys are interested in checking out the business models that I think you should avoid in 2021, I'm going to be dropping that video tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see what businesses I think you should avoid altogether. So with that, let's dig in. Businesses come and go with new technology, new needs, and new information. And that's something that has happened for years. I mean, regardless of what is happening politically or health-wise or economically, there has always been businesses that have come and go. And that's just the reality of the situation. But I think more than any other year, 2021 is going to offer some real severe and real impactful shifts in the job place, in the marketplace, and with businesses and entrepreneurs. I think that we are going to see some businesses thrive and some business models really suffer. And a part of that is because of time and just the natural shift that business has over time. But a huge portion of that is, of course, going to be because of COVID-19 and the fact that COVID-19 has come in 2020 and shifted everybody and the way that they do things, the way that they react to things, and the way that they are a consumer. So with that, I want to talk about the business models that I think are going to really thrive in 2021. And that brings me to my first business model, and that is anything online. Any business model that allows for you to take the in-person experience. For example, Zoom has done this with meetings. They have taken the in-person experience of talking face-to-face in a meeting, and they have instead made it kind of standard to do it over the phone or over the computer and be able to do face-to-face that way. Companies like Zoom are truly changing the way that we interact with our coworkers, our friends, and so much more. And it doesn't just start and stop with Zoom. There are literally hundreds of examples from telehealth providers that are allowing for doctors to see their patients remotely, from Instacart and gig economy apps that allow for people to now get their groceries delivered to them more easily. And I know that you would argue that maybe these businesses didn't just become available because of COVID, but they sure did become a standard and almost a household name because of COVID. There are a lot of people like myself, for example, that never used Zoom. I think before COVID-19, I used Zoom maybe once or twice total. And now since Zoom, I am going on Zoom meetings almost on a daily basis. And the same goes for a lot of these other remote style apps. COVID-19 has changed the way we work. It changed the way we do our day-to-day habits, and it has changed the way we communicate with not only our friends, but also just day-to-day necessity communications as well. And that isn't going to go away anytime soon, even once COVID-19 is past. Because of that, I think that any online business, any business that substitutes the in-person communication that we've been so used to over the course of our lives, I think any online business that turns that into an online platform is something that will thrive in 2021 and going forward for years to come. Because of that, I think that that is one of the best business models to pursue in 2021, is a business model that replaces the in-person interaction, whether it be a phone call, a meeting, a conference, a doctor's appointment. Any platform that substitutes that for an online interaction is one that will do extremely well going forward. The next business model that I think will fare extremely well going into 2021 is fast casual dining. Now, for those of you who don't know what fast casual dining is, there are basically three different forms of dining, or I would maybe say there's 4 or 5, but 3 common ones. There is fast food, which would be like McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A. There is fast casual, which is a type of restaurant where you have to go inside, or they may have a drive-through, but you would walk inside, you'd order at the counter, and then eating inside of the restaurant is fairly common. Something like a Chipotle would be fast casual, McAllister's Deli, Panera, Cornet Bakery, those would all be considered fast casual. Then you also have casual dining, which is whenever you sit down and you have a waiter or waitress. That would be like Chili's, Fridays, On the Border, Texas Roadhouse, places like that. And then you also have fine dining in those categories as well. But the 3 main ones are fast food, fast casual, and casual dining. Now, casual dining has been dying for a long time. It's something that has decreased in popularity as really my age group has gotten older. This is something that has affected a lot of the brands that a lot of people know and love. For example, Chili's has been struggling for a long time, or Brinker International has been struggling for a long time. You see a lot of these brands that have been around forever that are starting to go out of business. For example, TGI Fridays is one that may not exist in a few years. There are a lot of examples, but the fact is that casual dining is suffering, and it has been for a long time. And COVID-19 is kind of the last nail that went into that coffin that could kill casual dining, or at least incredibly decrease the market share of casual dining. With that, I think fast casual dining will take over. In fact, I don't just think, I am already seeing this happen. Fast casual dining, where they don't have to go with the fast food quality, they can get a good quality meal, but it's something that can easily be taken home and eaten from the comfort of their home, being socially distanced and safe from COVID-19. This is heavily affecting the restaurant industry, and I think that we are going to see more and more either casual restaurants adopt a more fast casual business model. In fact, we are seeing this today. For example, Outback Steakhouse is experimenting with a walk-up window style restaurant where they have no dine-in seating at all. And there are a number of brands that are doing this exact same thing. They are experimenting with the drive-through model. They're experimenting with the walk-up window. They're experimenting with the idea of doing only to-go orders. And these casual restaurant brands are having to do this to compete with the fast casual counterpart. So because of this, you're going to see more and more fast casual eateries pop up. You're going to see more and more restaurants with drive-thrus pop up, even if they haven't traditionally had a drive-thru in the past. And you're going to see more and more restaurants and fast casual and fast food eateries offering delivery to the point where it is a almost industry standard. And I think that we will see more and more fast casual eateries take over. And I even think that we will see casual dining restaurants that haven't traditionally been fast casual pivot their business model to be more fast casual friendly. Because of that, I think that fast casual dining and fast casual restaurants is a great business model to pursue going forward. The next business model I want to talk about is anything related to healthcare. And I know that that's quite broad, but what I mean by this is senior living assistance and kind of what I talked about a couple of videos back, where you could be a senior living consultant and you help seniors move into senior living facilities. Another option would be a personal caretaker, as well as somebody who is kind of like a liaison for people who are ill or people who are seniors that need help navigating the healthcare system. I think that the business models that you could pursue in healthcare are really quite limitless, and I can't talk about them all in this video because of that. But I do think that healthcare is something that will never go out of style, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one, healthcare, at least in a personalized way, is something that's going to be extremely hard to automate, in my opinion. People who are in senior livings or people who are on hospice or people who are extremely sick, they can't handle the automation as well as somebody who is a young, healthy person. And because of that, there's always going to be a need to have physical workers and physical representatives in the healthcare industry. In addition to this, the sad reality of the situation is that we will always have people who die. We will always have people who get sick, and there's nothing that we can do to change that. And so because of that, healthcare will never go out of style. It will never end up being a business that dies off due to lack of need, and it will always be a business model that's needed. Because of these things, I think that healthcare is an excellent business model to pursue. If you have a background in healthcare, that makes it better. But if you're very customer service oriented, then that is perfectly sufficient enough. There are so many different opportunities in healthcare, and I think that COVID-19 is really kind of shedding light into where the gaps need to be filled in order to really make our healthcare system better and more efficient and more affordable. Now, the fact is that there are so many different opportunities that you can pursue, and you are certainly not limited to the 3 business models and 3 industries that I've talked about today. But I do believe that fast casual restaurants, online atmospheres, and online services, as well as healthcare services, are 3 business models that are not going to go out of style or out of business anytime soon. These are 3 business models that we need now more than ever, and I think that as the world continues to change and as we all get used to the social distance lifestyle, I think that even once COVID is a thing of the past, we will have a hard time going back to the way things used to be, and because of that, we will continue to adopt some of the things that have changed since COVID-19. Because of that, I believe that these 3 models are excellent businesses to pursue. So with that being said, you guys, I would love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. I would love to hear what you guys think of these business models. If you have any other ones that I didn't talk about, make sure to leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.